Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Nerds to Human, and welcome back to our Medieval 2 American Rebels campaign. And you join us at Colatan, where last time we took on the Chichimecs and delivered them a pretty brutal blow on what I believe was their original capital. So whilst they still have a fair chunk of the centre of the map, we do now have them in a much better position. Well, better for us anyway. We have Water Palm up here under siege. We have ourselves a big stack coming down here, along with one of our new generals, Suki of Yatahin, which I'm sure once again has been pronounced perfectly. We've got more forces heading through the centre of the map, and a slightly concerning Spanish force hanging around here. I might, yes, send some of these guys back in that general direction, actually. You can keep on scouting, but maybe nearer there. And we're going to try and use the Comanche pad up here just to reinforce. This isn't the biggest army in the world. We'll see what, if any, damage we can do. But what I don't want is the Spanish to get a town here and then start just nabbing all of the north. I finally got myself a bit of money. And we are, by the way, at the exact same turn as last time. All I've done is spend a little bit of the money and move the odd unit round. I thought since we're trading a couple of units here, we'll send these guys out to scout. No sign of anyone just yet, but yeah, we'll leave them hanging there for the time being. The Spanish are, well, they're around. I'd much rather the Spanish put me under siege than the Mayans, but it's currently the Mayans over here at Chikalanco. Of course, yeah, Chichen Itza under siege, so we'll just have to see what happens when we end our turn. As ever, our useless scout units of Hornets are getting themselves picked off, but that one actually killed one man, so that is something. This chap is getting poked. That's fine. Again, just another scout unit. Hopefully he can withdraw. Yeah, they've already moved quite a lot. And another little poke. These are all fine. It's giving me an idea of where the enemy currently are. And actually, most of those ones in the north managed to survive, which is interesting. The mines have gone, which is still not good for the people of Chikalanco, but it's probably good for us. Aha. So there's Malik, who's been annoying us for quite a number of turns now. Maybe we can just outmaneuver him. Perhaps he'll end up joining us, because we do seem to just be able to keep on moving around him. We just lost a bit more of our money that turn. Not ideal, but I think... Ooh, do I think we should step forward? Going to... Right, well... well, there are some of them. We'll take them on, and oh, do we want... If we take them on now, we're not going to be able to get here, are we? You know what? You know what? If we need to do this outside the town and then inside, I'll take it. Get into siege, take them on. We need to prioritise that at this point. And with any luck, an attack on Chichen Itza. Okay, looking likely at this point. If we can hold them off, we might just be able to pounce on this before the Mayans get too many ideas about Tikal, Chetumal or Altan Ha, which they can't quite reach at this point. Okay, so yeah, I'm just trying to see where he is exactly. He's on the north side. Okay, just a little bit confusing. We've sort of got in his way. I don't know why he didn't attack, but apparently he didn't. He probably ran out of movement points anyway. We never seem to quite know where they are. Nonetheless, Pulpo hasn't been attacked by the Aztecs. That's a good sign. It suggests that we potentially have enough troops to be distracting them. You just move over here. Just checks that no one's slitting their way around the side. Although I don't think you can get around Decaman any other way than like that anyway. So we should be able to see them coming. Pulpo is getting there. We're about to do an upgrade just to give ourselves some more recruitment slots. Although, to be honest, what we probably want from this is to get enough good troops to go and take on Ahucatlan. So in time, we might just have enough good troops to do that. Indeed, that is what they need to come and do as well. So we're getting there. We're getting enough good troops together here. We should be able, with any luck, with a few things moving in the right direction. Yeah, a couple more over there as well. Good. Yeah, with time, we might just be able to make that work for us. We'll just wander those archers over there for the time being to keep the town filled up. Probably time to head into Water Palm, or I'm going to just let that run down. I'll probably let that one run down, to be honest. We probably need to figure out what the Spanish are doing and get all these troops moving south. So immediately we've been ambushed, or pretty poorly ambushed as it happens, but you know what, I'll take that. I did want to take this force out, and there is a town down here that we need to take eventually. So you know what, this is probably for the better. It's likely to be quite an even battle in many ways. We do have some archers as our advantage over them, a few more than they do anyway. So we'll get into battle and we'll see if we can pull this one off. Immediately we find ourselves on a huge hill, and their archers are, yeah, getting absolutely slaughtered by us, I guess. We'll immediately stop these guys charging because I'm not sure they're going to get an awful lot from it. I was just trying to push this guy back, but if they're going to come running in on us, then we'll continue on with the battle. Now, you guys have yourselves a lovely shot, sure, but I think at this point you should probably get yourselves out of the battle. So we're going to move a few of them up to the hill. In fact, you might as well just move them well out of the way. Something like that, and same with these lads over on this side. Just get them way out of the way. Apparently the pull sign's in the way. Yeah, run off, run off, run off, run off. So. We should at this point be absolutely fine to get ourselves in position for the charge. Largely, we are going to be charging down into them. Just a little touch of awkwardness over on this part of the battlefield. These two lads need to get themselves out of the way pronto. Right, I think it's time for the charge. You lads charge, charge. And you know what, they'll be dead soon enough. It's fine. Well, these guys are on guard mode, but we might as well still utilise the charge whilst we have the opportunity for it. You guys just shoot into them. They're routing, which is really irritating. They really shouldn't, which I suggest means that you guys need to go over there and help them. These lads do have some javelins, so if you could throw some in, that would be ideal. That's why you're in the second row, my good sirs. Come on, throw them in. Those lads will hold for a little while. Dog soldiers need to now go into fire mode, and we're just going to start laying those into them. These chaps, honestly, you can deal with them. And then we're just going to get some fire into around about that sort of area. That'll be absolutely grand. Okay, I think we're doing fine at this part of the world. These scouts, yeah, they're not looking so good anymore. They're a bit outnumbered. They probably won't fancy it for that long. Nope, they're done. Right, get yourselves out into that sort of position. Apache and Braves, get yourself over here. They're starting to rout in the centre. That's good. That's what we want to see. Okay, yeah, just keep on. You guys take off fire and just shoot at those chaps. And you just start working on those lads back there. These lads, how slow are they at throwing their darn javelins? Just get in. You guys move out to the flank and sort them out. At this point, honestly, you might as well just be shooting them because you'll do a better job. And they're starting to rout in the centre. Time for a follow-up charge then. They seem to be falling apart at this point. This is very much looking good for us. Some of those scouts are starting to run back into the battle. It's a good reminder, actually. It's been a couple of days since I've recorded this last, and I almost forgot about getting around the back of them ASAP. So we better go and do that. You lads head into them. Some of those archers are going to take a bit of damage. You get into there just to try and deal with those lads. You chase after them. You guys chase after them. And these archers just get in this general direction. Right, those archers are now ahead of the game and pushing behind them. Good, we'll try and mop as many up as possible. With that victory then, we can gradually start to take on the other army that's floating around here. We sent one of the damage units out and he has got eyes on the Spanish lad. So we'll just keep an eye and make sure we go south, and then I'll feel a little bit happier with that situation. These guys just to hang around this forest for the meantime. As for the rest of it, we'll be moving them down south. They're on their way. This chap is, well, he's intercepting this guy. He hasn't quite caught him, but he's on his way towards Palm by the looks of it. Over here in this part of the world, we can't quite see the town, but it doesn't look like it's the biggest force in the world. And our general's on our way to take him out. Colatan, I'm a little bit intrigued what we should do here, because they had the full stack here, and whilst I could get this army, I might as well send this good army to go and do that. I mean, after all, it's kind of the point. So I'm going to send them to the bridge, and seeing as it could potentially be a bridge battle, I suppose I can probably give myself another archer. So we'll grab that for now, and we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what opportunities come up in a moment. A little bit closer. Okay. So there is a full stack in the capital, and then a few others floating around. I'm just going to pull him back out of there. Lovely. Same over here. He doesn't really look like he's spotted anyone else, and this is largely, I suspect, pretty empty apart from the town, this territory. So hopefully we'll be okay. But yes, I'm going to send this one over here, and if they will want to come attack me on the bridge, that would be lovely. But that is quite a strong army. If nothing else, this army should be enough to actually take it, or at the very least siege it out over time. We have another army over here, which hopefully will gather together with this one, and then that will give us the opportunity to go and take their new capital. We'll see what the Spanish do with regards to this one, but I suspect once we take out this force over here, they're going to be in trouble. So let's take these lads on. We don't have the general, they do, but I think we'll probably be okay. He's brave, which is morale, but that aside, nothing too extreme. A couple dread just to bear in mind for my morale. But to be honest, we've got... They have 4 archers. We have more archers, and quite a lot more archers than them. Actually, this is mostly archers. Okay, we've got to hold off with our infantry and use the archers sensibly. Noted. Right, let's head in. Let's do this with a bit of sense, I think. It's immediately clear that they're just going to run straight in at me, so... What I probably want to do, I'm just going to get quite a few of my soldiers, my dog soldiers even, out on the flanks here. And just, if nothing else, it will pull them out. But if they want to ignore them, then we'll get the shots into the sides. We're going to have to do that because we haven't got anything else to work with regards to, with regards to actually winning this as an infantry battle. We don't really have enough for that. Nonetheless, we do have the Apache and Braves to throw in the odd missile, but I'm not sure how much of an opportunity we'll get for that. Native archers are going to start throwing in almost immediately, which is very good, I suppose. These chaps are... Yeah, they're just the hunters at the front. Hopefully we can clear them out. Stand and get yourself killed, please, lads. Thank you. In we go, then. In for the charge, my good sirs. Try and deliver a decent little hit on them. Some of the Apache and Braves not going for it. Right, the general's coming at you, lads, so... Might have to play a little game with him like we have before. 6 to 25, apparently that's going okay. Let's get 2 of you shooting in at him, but I need the rest of you shooting in to the flank of that guy. As for all of you, just shoot over the top. I'm going to ignore their archers mostly, and you just shoot in the back of that general. Particularly if you can get yourself around here, that would be lovely. So, start getting any angle you can. You 2 onto guard. Try and hold as much as you can. I'm just going to shoot down that general. We're going to do some really heavy lifting in this battle to not lose out, because a lot of archers. I think this is supposed to be really more of the backup, the reinforcement army, but this side is doing... Well done, my good sirs. That general hasn't broken us immediately, which is good news. Probably might as well go off fire arrows, but you should be shooting in as much as possible. You don't have a great shot, so you just shoot it over there. And what do I want with these guys? They're getting slaughtered. It's almost as if they're taking on infantry, and they have no armour at all. Probably something to do with that, Thomas. Yes. Right. Into those guys. We should be able to get a little bit of a flank in at this point. Come on, Apaches. Get yourself in there. You at this point might as well just add your bodies into the count of men. They're down to 5. Yeah, we've done good work on that general. He's been shot in the back. Well done to these lads over here, by the way. They've stood up against that general the entire time. Down to 4. That's what we want to see. We've got a little bit of a flanking over there. You can finish him off. There he goes. And with that, hopefully their army will crumble. Which means at this point, I'm just going to start sending this guy over here. These lads, yeah, these lads as well, actually. You just start chasing them down. I want some men in behind before this all goes and falls apart for them. Yeah, that's what you want. Come on, you guys, get yourselves in that position. Everyone run in behind. Right, infantry, charge them down. Charge them down. Archers, have you got those lads? Are they gone yet? They're still fighting. They're the only ones still fighting. It's a little bit irritating. Okay, Patching Braves, come and finish this off. The battle is essentially done. Most of the men are already that far away. They've almost entirely fled, and these guys have only just given up. Absolute madness on their count. But hey ho, we'll finish them off now. A load of arrows into their backs. That will probably do the job rather nicely. Most of these guys, to be honest, ended up shooting them and not shooting them very well. Trying to get around the back, but they kind of fluffed their lines. Oh well, we'll kill as many as we can. With the end turn then comes the assault on Chichen Itza, and the game does not fancy my chances, but I probably do actually. There's no general here, and we have plenty of archers, and we saw how that went last time, didn't we? So let's head in. This could be a pretty epic defence. In they come then, and this time sadly we don't have ourselves a spectacular corner shooting into their non-shield side. Nonetheless, we should hopefully still be able to do a decent amount of damage. Hopefully we'll burn this down, but you never really fancy your chances with that kind of thing, do you? Look at that, absolutely useless. So I guess we'll just do whatever we want with these lads. Maybe shoot these guys, that's probably going to be quite good. All these guys, please go on to defend. We have plenty of archers up here. We do have the Hornet throwers in this kind of a position to cause annoyance to whoever gets anywhere near the gate, which is probably going to be most of them. So we'll just keep on shooting down as much as possible early doors. But yeah, unfortunately, we don't have that long approach with all the walls shooting in the non-shield side like we did in the last battle that we saw. But, you know, not the end of the world. Just start throwing in your Hornets, please. There we go. Into the next unit you can hit. Just lob them into everyone. Just to make my life as annoying as possible. We all know how much I love that stuff. Can you just shoot them? Because you're going to do much better at shooting them than not. And I did have some lads over here as well. I thought I had some natives. Oh, I must have accidentally picked them up. Oh well, they're at the plaza now. They're at the plaza. You've managed to lose a man. Well done. Even on the wall, and you've still managed to lose a unit. In they rush through the gate then, and this is somewhat problematic at this point. If we can just throw... Oh, the Hornets are literally just gathered at the gates at this point. Oh dear, we're not doing very well. They got through that gate way too easily, and a couple of their units have crushed us in a couple of positions. However, we're going to win in a few bits, and hopefully that will keep them distracted and pull them in the direction we want them to be. 26 to 20, that is not what you want to see when you've been the one defending the plaza, but that's currently what's going on. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Nonetheless, we're going to continue to try and take out the ones who are still on the walls. We're definitely winning in a few bits. Over here, yeah, my archers over here. There were about 10 Jaguars fighting on that particular position. So they'll hopefully be alright as the next units climb up. Indeed, we're just going to... I'd suggest, actually, yeah, you just shoot into there as much as possible. These lads are getting into you. In fact, just shoot them. Shooting them is much better than actually trying to fight. Right, well, hopefully we're seeing all these numbers trickle in our direction. Hope it's not. It's still very much going in their favour right now. And in come the flaming arrows. A bit of a strange... Oh, in come the flaming arrows indeed. They've picked off so many of us. It's actually ridiculous. We've probably done absolutely nothing to them. You guys onto the Jaguar Warriors. Have we got anyone left on the walls at this point? I'm not sure we have an awful lot. And we still have those archers over there. That is spectacular, my good sirs. Actually, I think they're sending another unit in at this point, which is unfortunate. Most of the towers have now turned over to them, apart from this one over here. They're just dealing with these Jaguars. If it gets them tired, I guess that's positive. Otherwise, though, we're just waiting for them to arrive at the plaza, which is not necessarily going to go that well. We have one unit of Lollipop men coming in here. That's okay. I'll quite happily use a bit of fire, hit these guys early on. And ideally, yeah, one of these units was supposed to be on the wall over there, but oh well. They're going to get themselves killed. Oh well, they're routing, so that's good at least. Shoot them in the back, my good sir. Shoot them in the back. You might as well hold off the fire, but just shoot them in the back whilst you get an opportunity. At this point, it's 44 to 27, and we just got to pray the plaza can do the work. In they come then. These 6 archers are just going to stand at the front because that's apparently what they're doing with their lives now. They are shaken and charge on in, my good sirs. You hit them like that, please. And okay, good. Just pull back. Don't really want to hit them right this second. We'll just want to get them slightly closer to the plaza. Okay, we've got a couple routes, which is good. Get the flaming arrows in. Get the few more charges in and push them in the direction we want. Yeah, there's a load of routes here. There's a load of routes. That is glorious. They're all going. Oh, that is what we want to see. That has balanced that way in my direction. These guys are at last about to be taken out, I think, which would be unfortunate. I wouldn't actually want my infantry to chase them down. These guys are apparently still fighting. You chaps to shoot into the general mess of them. Infantry, get yourself back into position. And my general really shouldn't be doing that. Get yourself over here. Good. Right, at this point, with any luck, we'll be able to get breaks in when we want them. It's pretty much what I am banking on at this point. We'll get our 2 strongest warriors over on this side. These guys have just ran all the way around, which is interesting. Hopefully they'll go in a moment. You, into those lads, thank you very much. And we've got ourselves another route. That's what we want to see. No idea why they're over there, but they are. To those archers are actually still alive. How are they still alive? Well done. I'm just going to let them do their thing. If you survive, then kudos to you, I suppose. Kudos to you. Get yourselves in that position. Infantry back over here. We're just going to keep on the rinse and repeat. It's getting a bit more neutral now, 55 to 51, and we still have 10 archers left on that wall there. You guys turn around, hit them in the flanks. Come on. Yes. This is doing the job. Down goes the general. He's only a random lad, but still it makes a difference. They just keep on breaking, don't they? It's delicious. And if these guys can just... Yeah, this tower's still ours. This tower is actually still ours. So if they've run out, they're going to get themselves slaughtered. I'm not sure if that's quite happening at this point. We'll shoot down into those chaps and we'll see where this is going. Right, let's just get you lads run into their archers. They need to go down. They're causing me a little bit of annoyance. Are they going to break? Not quite entirely. It's really the priests causing me annoyances, actually. So just hold back for the moment. There are a few more that just need to get shot down. Send in some of the good lads just to clear off 1 or 2 of those. Bit problematic, and then we'll hit them in the flank. There we are. There we go. Just make sure we clear them off this time. Most of them are in the midst of running away, which is what we want to see. Where are these 29? Oh, they're over here as well. They've actually beaten those Jaguars just about. Nearly victorious anyway. So yeah, the 2 furthest flanks of my wall defence managed to hold out, which is very cool indeed. So let's just keep these guys running onwards. Are they running away now properly? I think they are. They're actually starting to run away, actually run off, and at that point the arrows are trickling in. These archers are doing their work. I think we got it. I think we got it. Not sure who's technically still fighting, but a lot of them... Oh, there we go. Right on cue. Yeah, a lot of them are now just properly fleeing and running off from the battlefield. We lost a lot here, almost 60%, but in the end, we're going to make this work, damn it, and we're going to defend Chichen Itza. It's a glorious, glorious day. How much more of this we can stand, I don't know, but we managed to survive on this occasion. A heroic victory indeed there, and it did look a bit dicey for a while, but I always fancied our chance on the plaza with a couple very strong units of infantry. The odd archer gained some experience, but mostly it's a lot of dead. But I'd say we did a decent job here today. How did the Hornet Throwers do? They killed 1. Well done, my good sirs. Culiacan does look awfully weak, doesn't it? No reinforcements are obviously sitting around, and we will have that taken down next turn. Our little scout of 1 can continue to poke along down the coastline, and we've got ourselves a couple more Patching Braves from further up in the north. That's very nice to see. Might just keep one there for the time being. and this little scout hasn't seen anyone anytime soon. Probably start swinging back in that kind of a direction. No attack from Hukatlan. That's slightly unfortunate. I wouldn't have minded them taking us on, but you know what? I think we can do that if we face them out in the field. So I'm going to take a slight risk and put that under siege, and we're going to see how that one goes. Now this one you can only really attack from 2 positions, so you can't get a lot of reinforcements in. Although I say that there's clearly a guy just that side, so I guess there's room. Guess there's room somewhere, and I've got to decide what I'm doing in Pulpo, because as much as I'd want to hold on to it, I don't really want to get the army battered by the Aztecs either. So we've got ourselves plenty of solid units there to decide how we're going to organise all of that. Now as for this, we've almost got money. We've got three florins right now, and well, 2 turns left until that, so we're going to have to find a different place to get going. I've just organised these 2 forces. This lad spotted the Spanish over here in the trees on this road, so we'll just keep an eye on the bridge. But for now, we'll just hang around this part of the world, and we'll block up the river like we always said we would. Now, yeah, as I say, I don't actually want to give this up to the Aztecs. I don't want to give up any more of these towns at all. So we'll just see. Once we've got money, we can keep on getting more troops out. And hopefully we'll be able to hold, I think, a fully stacked city we'll be able to hold against even the Spanish. So we'll see about that. On the plus side, Chichen Itza did survive. A decent amount of troops still going, albeit I'm not sure we could survive the same battle again, that's for sure. However, whatever's going on the mines, no idea. They must have stacks around somewhere. They always seem to. I'm surprised at how low the odds are for them there. 10 to 3. Wow. That's unusual. It's actually just about rating it according to the numbers, which is not what I'm used to. So we've got the war leader here. Enjoys a wager. Nothing particularly interesting. Stargazer, incompetent trader. He's not very good. I think he's a bit young because we killed all of the other leaders. And we've got some of the priests who are irritating, but then there's just the lollipop men. So really, that should be simple enough. Let it in. Let's take their second last city. I'm hoping this is going to be a fairly simple affair, pretty much overwhelm them here on the walls and then wrap it up before too long, but we'll have to see about that. There are some priests over here I do need to be a little bit careful about, so we'll see about that. They could be an issue. I actually thought the general on the wall. Well, that's an interesting one. Certainly this is the weak side of my attack with the lollipop militia, who will actually be able to beat my native warriors, I somehow imagine, so we're going to get into there. If this ram does manage to make it, which, you know, this is me, so it probably won't, but it just about seems to be there, then at the very least that does help us just to get another entry point. These guys are heading forward. As far as I'm aware, you don't actually get the missiles when you're playing as these cultures, which is just a bit of a shame. It's good fun hanging them around the outside and just shooting them down, but no such fun on this occasion. So over on this side, I suspect we're doing very nicely indeed. These lads, where are we? We've got ourselves, okay, 72, but we're going to hit them in the flank now with those chaps. Lovely news. As for over here, we're getting ourselves into position, and I am using my Jaguars. I can at least retrain them around this point in the game, so, well, especially once I've taken this. So with any luck, I'll be able to retrain them here. That would be very helpful indeed, but I might actually be able to get the next city under siege. It depends how many troops are in there. I'm not really sure. So there goes the gate, and it could be a good idea to do that, but it's probably not, so I'm just going to leave it for the time being. We'll see. Yeah, the general's vacated. That is what I wanted to happen. So with that going our way, there are 44 of them, 36 of us. I tell you what, I'd send these 36. I'd send the damaged eagles over there to finish that off, because I reckon that they can just help get that working for us. You run over here. Perfect. And get yourself up on the wall. Don't know where those lads are running, but they seem to be running in the direction of away. So we'll get ourselves on top of these lollipops. To be honest, this second unit isn't really very worthwhile at this point, so you might as well come around here. And I think the walls are largely ours at this point, since they've vacated with their 2 strongest units. For the fiendish crime of living, I sentence you to death. It's a beautiful victory for us here then. Just 107 lost. About good 20 or so of those were caught with the skirmish mode at the end, so I'd say that was pretty darn successful, all things considered. And yeah, that should put us in a very good position indeed. Oh yes, Canpec is now ours, and as we sack that, the money comes back in. Spain, go away. Oh dear, we've got no chance of killing Spain, have we? Right, quite a big army in there. Quite a big force indeed, and no chance to retrain. That's not what I wanted to see. Great ball courts. I know in this part of the world the ball court seems to give me units, but I'm not so sure with the Mayans if that's the case or not, because I'm pretty sure I built one of these towns. It might have been Tikal actually. I'm not really sure anymore, but we can get ourselves some more units, so that's what we'll be doing at this point. Can't get anything there. Alton Han, nothing there. Grab ourselves some more archers, albeit... Yep, we'll run them up to the next town. Thank you very much. And Canpec can't get anything at all. Bit of a shame, but we'll see what we can do. Now, I've got to organise those forces into an army, but I suspect it's going to be best to just send everything we've got in one go, but we can't quite get them all to reach there, which is just a little unfortunate. We'll just keep on grabbing more units in this area while we can. And down south, well, this is Aztecs, so in time this is going to be swept from underneath us. But you know what? It's all fine as long as we take out the darn Mayans. We've been chasing down this army of Chichimecs for a long time, and they finally just about got to Water Palm to relieve them, or attempt it anyway. So send that little second force that was standing outside over here to take them on. They don't want to do it anymore, and we still can't reach them. Okay, at least now we blocked them off. We'll just stand in the way and we'll see what they want to do. And one of our little ambush parties has been ambushed themselves, which unfortunately does let us know where they are at this point. Well, I say unfortunately. It's unfortunate in the sense that they're in the way, but it could help us. It could help us because we could just get in their way a little bit here. So I'm going to send this guy over here. Get into the trees. Perfect. This is all going to merge together, and at this point we've got more men to now try and figure out where to go. So we're going to try and get as many distractions in as possible, and to prevent them from ever getting the reinforcements in place. So if they just go around chasing our little random hornet throwers, maybe we'll have the opportunity we need. And as for these, these archers going to be useful or not? It's probably just about enough, to be honest. We could do with everything we've got, and you know, I'll leave those here. Actually, these guys obviously need to be left behind because they're the fresh ones. Fine, into Uxmal we go. We're going to have to put it straight into siege and just pray that we can actually crack it open next turn. Okay, we only get one tower, that's fine. Load of rams, a load of ladders even. That's under siege. If they want to sally forth, they could... Well, no, I think we can do that if they sally forth, actually. We've got enough solid units here. But ideally we want the reinforcements to arrive. Now, he can still make it there, which is less than ideal. But if I send one unit of archers more like... just somewhere in between us. Oh dear, maybe just there. Honestly, it's fine. Just somewhere where we can get out of the way of them. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to pull that as far away as possible. So at this point, hopefully, if the Spanish deal with those lads for me, we'll be fine. Now, they've not got us under siege. We've got them under siege, which means unless they can get this army here to relieve it, we should have the Mayans exactly where we want them. Our second force from Chichen Itza then is under attack. Captain Sots has managed to pick us off. Canpec is under siege. Very small force, but clearly enough to win the battle. Now, this is technically us ambushing them, so if I pull back, okay, he's out of movement points. We're going to keep on withdrawing. Yes, the Mayans. The Mayans have been pulled around just like we wanted them to. This lad is going to get himself absolutely slaughtered. I'm supposed to withdraw this guy once I move him into a visible position, but oh well, it's fine. Now this guy's under siege. This is a single troop over here, which to to be honest, I'm not too worried about. Sorry, my good sir, but you did kill one, so well done. New Spain putting Jicalanco under siege, and the Mayans, oh my. The Mayan prince and a random captain are hanging around, but, the capital itself, all of that remains, is here, and it is ready for us to assault. The elite troops are, well, if not defeated, probably out in the field with the Knights of Malik. Yeah, he has a load of those brutal troops that we cannot defeat very easily. Now. You can get yourselves around to join in. What do we want? We want you, sir, first and foremost. I have myself some more eagles over here. It's not quite a full unit, but we'll merge them. They're 4 spares. We'll just send those 4 back out. That's fine. And then we've got ourselves a few more infantry. Any more infantry I will happily take at this point. I think we've got just about enough to do this, actually. And then we're just down to some archers. 3. There's only space for 2. They have themselves experience, although if we can get ourselves some more experienced archers, we will do that. There's a few more here with some experience. These 2 can come join the... Alright, they're not going to come join the party. It's fine. The guys we have will do. And these 2 armies, actually these 3 armies, sorry, and 2 generals at that, will hopefully be able to join us very soon. New Spain and the Aztecs are at war. How there haven't been until now, I don't know. But they're certainly at war with me. Now, I did just separate some of these last time, some of the elite units, and a couple randoms as well. Now, they're probably best just trying to hold this off for the time being. Zakapul, I guess we'll have to work this one out in time. But for now, I think today, ladies and gentlemen, we should finish this off with our final go. I mean, I called one of the previous episodes All or Nothing. This truly is an all or nothing attack because I do not have enough troops to really do this. But if they want to play this forest game throughout where they keep picking us off, well, we're going to block them off and just pull them around. And we're going to play the outmaneuver game, which is something that has really been our main tactic here on this campaign. And it's working quite well for us right now. Into Uxmal we go, and it does fancy its chances. 10-7. Emperor Guacamats needs to go down. Is he any good? He's a safe for superstition. -2 for morale. Now that is the sort of thing I like to see. Prim. That's a nice trait you don't see too often, actually. I do kind of like Prim. It's an interesting one I looked at during my authority video, +2 to authority. But he's not very good at all things considered. And for battle, -2 morale. Nothing on the dread. Oh, this should be absolutely fine. Let's head in. Pretty much the exact same setup as the previous battle, then we're heading in, but this time we don't have to use some of the natives on this side of the battlefield. We can throw in some of the Eagle Warriors, which is probably for the best, and we don't have a huge amount of extra infantry for this, but I can still get a few extra troops around into this position, all that, so I'm going to throw these natives forward into that position. A few Eagle Warriors over around here, just right up against the ball so they can't get themselves shot too badly. Marvellous. Now, none of the equipment's burning down. I've noticed on the America's DLC, basically none of them ever seem to be burning down. It just seems to be the way it's gone. I don't think I've had it for either me or for the computer, but there we go. We'll see how this battle does go. We've got a few Temple Guard over here. They could be very difficult indeed. Can I just point out, by the way, the Eagle Warriors, to me, I always felt they're playing a double bass right here. You can't actually see the bottom of the instrument, but it just looks like... That's what it looks like to me. The Eagle Warriors are just double bass players. They have to be, you know, fairly strong to carry their instruments around. Their instrument of death, of course. Now, as we climb up here, hopefully this side against the Nakon Warriors will be a bit swifter. Once they've got up there, can you get yourselves up there as well, my good sirs? Join the party. The Ram's doing its job. You're down here, and that is absolutely fine. These guys always seem to do surprisingly badly. Like, they've good stats, but I think it's the armour of 2. They just don't actually... I don't know. The lack of shield, perhaps, just really does them in. Like, their stats look good, but they just always struggle. Oof. That's that was a ram and a half. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, they always seem to struggle a lot more than I expect them to which is, again, just the lack of shield. But it is interesting to see how the balance sometimes ends up working on the game here. So those archers need to go down. Yeah, just hack them up to pieces. Now we've got ourselves slaughtered over there, which is rather unfortunate. We are probably going to need to send in some extra units, I think, aren't we? I think so. Perhaps a stupid idea, but my general is now coming into this bit of wall, and this is probably the bit of wall we're most likely to lose on, so probably should really just get these other guys around to support them, so I think that's what I'm going to do. As for these chaps, they better just start running in. I'm going to start getting some of these archers, maybe you three, actually. Leader. Okay, some great graphical glitching going on there. Some marvellous stuff. I was about to say we'll come and support him with some lovely archer fire, but apparently he just wants to die instead. That's not really marvellous, but it's a thing, I guess. That thing that's now happening. You get yourself into there. Hopefully a bit of pincer work will help us out. You get yourself up here as well, and you start working your way around there too. Okay, we're taking more losses than I was anticipating, because the double pace players are surprisingly inefficient at killing, but that is just the way they go. We're going to have to get some javelin men up here to finish off this particular part of the battlefield, because we are rather struggling. Why are you here? Oh, they didn't just climb up like they were supposed to. Okay, actually, guard probably isn't a good idea because you've got no shield, so probably a bit complicated for you, actually, isn't it? Right, flaming arrows, please. Just get some suppressive fire. To be honest, these guys are largely dealt with anyway, actually, aren't they? I think so. Well, you know what? We'll just finish them off then. We'll finish them off. I love how we actually both just let each other climb this tower here. It's very polite, it must be said. And then we'll climb up onto the wall and start killing each other. But hopefully that won't count against me. You are just about done with those temple guard. They are just horrendous. You, my good sirs, are just getting yourselves shot at this point. Come up here and climb. Yeah, can you climb up here? Yes, you can. Good, good, good. Finally, we managed to beat those Nakon warriors over here. Those arrow warriors have just about finished them off. That's good news. Now, if you go and run and get yourselves this building entry, then hopefully we'll finally be able to... What are you doing standing around? We'll finally be able to push these guys away from the entrance, because as soon as we've got the walls, they normally run off. Another unit finally breaks on the wall, and with that it's hopefully going to be the Temple Guard who finally go down. They still haven't fled from the front. Oh, they've got men up on the wall. The Lollipop Militia are going to take us on. I'll throw some javelins in. It's, as I say, always better to throw missiles in or shoot missiles in than actually fight on the walls here. So throw in your javelins and that will do an awful lot of good work. Let me actually go off, you know, at will. Just throw them in, my good sirs. That would be ideal. This is an absolute brutal battle, by the way. Like, we've lost 45, they've lost 63. None of this is taking place anywhere near the plaza like normal. This is all just piling in on the walls. And I am running out of infantry. I've got myself a couple more javelin men who can be pretty tasty if I want to get them into battle. These lollipops are pushing up the walls at this point. All of you lads, get yourselves into those chaps. Arrow warriors have been defeated, but so are they. I don't quite know how they've managed that. Down to 44. If you can recover at any point... Oh no, they're just warmed up. They're just confused. Okay, they're finally going to retreat to the plaza. And I think we all know how... Ah, this one man made it up here. This one man has managed to repel the entire Mayan civilization at this point. Well done. And I think he just routed that unit by himself. Miraculously, he's pulled an arrow out of somewhere. I won't possibly consider where, but anyway, he's managed to clear them off. Well done, Steve. There's still a few more left on the wall here. What have we got left? Just these, just the Nakon warriors. Okay, we seem to have just about pushed them back. We've got so many men. I mean, after this, the rest of their civilization's just going to join us anyway. So, oh, it's just needless deaths at this point, isn't it? He says, playing Total War. We like to get our archers as up close and personal as possible, so we're just going to start shooting in. They're shooting their pathetic little flaming shots up into the sky. We are shooting them straight into their faces. And down they burn, which is lovely stuff. And as they lift their shields up... Oh, they've done run away, anyone? Yeah, they've done exactly what they always do in TV, which is lift their shield up and then they get themselves stabbed in the face. Now, if we could... pull back. That'd be great. Do you want to activate your skirmish mode? No, they wanted to activate flee. That's kind of irritating. Okay, all javelins into the Supreme War Leader, and they are really going for yeah, there are bits in the AI to do with like the last stand. Now that's mainly to do with like making the AI more aggressive against like you, basically giving them lots of money and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I do feel like sometimes in these final battles that kind of thing can happen as well, but I might just be making that up. Right, we're going to try and chop down this general. We're going to throw in as many javelins as we can. We are going to struggle, though, if we can't succeed against him. He definitely has to go down before anything good can happen. 53 to 87%. If this was on the field, there he goes. If this were on the field, it would all be wiped out. But at last we managed to hold them off. Look how little infantry. Look how few infantrymen we have left. With the general down, then it's just time to line up our archers at the front here, shoot them straight between the eyes, and there's only a few men standing between us and a final victory over the mines. They have been so much harder to kill than I ever thought they were going to be. I thought this would be a case of I've got tons of cities over here, they've got like 4, we'll wrap them up in no time, but of course just those full stacks around the game at the start just make this particularly difficult a campaign to have a go at. And obviously most of the units we start with are just these 2 trash units here, and it's almost impossible to get anything done without all the Jaguar warriors. Their Temple Guard, they've become and the Kuklakan or whatever those guys are called, they are ridiculously difficult to take out. And yep, it's been a hard slog, and the outmanoeuvring has just about done it in the long term. But hopefully now we've got this done. Well, I say hopefully we can achieve something with them. We probably won't, because at this point, to be honest, we're stuck in a position where the Spanish are, well, the Spanish are their own problem. I think our main chance against them, as we, Flex Cannon are still in there somewhere with the Aztecs. I think they're still alive. I don't think I've seen them end. Oh, this one man terrified them, apparently. Yeah, they're still in there. So we might have to worry about them a little bit. But essentially, we now need to turn our attention to the Aztecs, go back to Pulpo, and really make sure we hold them off. I can deal with the Spanish taking a bit of my territory for the short term, but yeah, the Aztecs, I don't really want them to get any stronger, to be honest. The Spanish, there are certain advantages we can have, but no, we're going to have to start planning for that, because the Chichimecs are nearly done. Well, they're not quite nearly done, but I reckon that they're near enough there. And if we just left the Aztecs and the Spanish, I will count that as a victory, frankly. Because, oh, there we are. They're gonna hack us down. The last man is gonna run into the archers and hack himself to death. Average victory. Indeed, they made that hard for us. Not a single man left. But as I say, if we can leave it as just Aztecs and the Spanish, I feel like we've done a pretty good campaign at that point. This should, assuming nothing's gone mad with the world, be the end of the mines. May beautiful, beautiful grey spread across these lands, and these gentlemen, give it to me. Sack the city, and there we go. Oh, is that not just beautiful? We lost a lot of Manic's army, but he's got a lot of things here, which is all pretty much from taking me on. See, this explains a lot. +1, +2 more, +3 from morale. He's got a bit of dread. He's got scarred, so he's impossible to kill. This guy is truly pretty darn impressive. What about this lad over here? What are you? You're a dauntless siege expert. Drill master's not any good. Former successor doesn't matter to me because loyalty means nothing. And this army is down to just this. Okay. Officially, the Mayans are destroyed. Whew. That was a painful... Oh, God, talk about painful. That was a painful campaign, and now we've got to somehow stage a defence against the Spanish. I can't recruit any more of those. I'm going to have to start... Well, I've got the money now. I'm going to have to start pumping units out of all these towns. I thought I was building things to do that, but I might... It was the ball court I need to build. So I'm going to build the ball courts over here. I think I need to upgrade these first, which is what I've done for at least Chetumal anyway. But with Yeah, with the right bit of managed fallows. Oh, okay. Yeah, with the right bit of infrastructure, I might still be able to do a little bit of building up. And with the Spanish, hopefully, theoretically, they struggle to reinforce their armies, but they've got a huge amount of equipment as far as I can see, so that could be a big problem yet. As I say, the Aztecs, hopefully we're going to start trying to hold them out. We will deal with the Chichimecs in time. We are getting there. We are getting there. This has turned around, this campaign. I still think we're possibly coming up on the high around about the end of the Chichimecs. And I think after that it's going to be downhill. Can't remember when the French turn up, but this is probably around about the peak of the rebel campaign, I suspect, because there's no way we're going to be able to fully complete all of this. But I think it is time to leave us for now, and I will leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Nerds to Human, and this has been our Medieval 2 American Rebels campaign. Thank you, and goodbye. They're all queuing up to fight them. These are truly the British rebels right here. War cry and charge at the dogs of war. Oh, they're routing again. What are you doing, my silly trumpets? They're actually taking on my reinforcements. Welcome to the Rebel Experience, ladies and gents.